Hello, and welcome to Sparkles of Arizona. Let's see what fun we can find in the Phoenix area today. Just so you know, I did not create this video using AI, and I am not a realtor. Today, we are going to look at the top 5 free or low-cost things that you can do in Chandler, Arizona. Number 1 is the Downtown Chandler Library. I know, you're like, a library, boring. Hear me out. This is your portal to so many different possibilities in and around Chandler. If you have a Chandler library card, you can borrow books, use public computers or Wi-Fi. You can borrow board games or play games at the library. You can learn how to sew. They actually have sewing machines in one of the rooms at the library. You can get culture passes. If you haven't heard of Culture Pass, it gives you 2 free admissions. You can get this twice a month with your library card to different places around Arizona, not just the Valley. You can actually get passes for free entry to Desert Botanical Garden, the Phoenix Art Museum, or even stuff going on down in Tucson. And almost all the libraries in Arizona have these, but you can only get them at a library. You can also read ebooks on your phone or download movies. You can actually borrow DVDs. If you still have a DVD player or a Blu-ray, you can borrow movies. They even get some of the ones that have just been released onto DVD, new movies and old movies. And this library even has a 3D printer. What? You can make 3D printed things right here. They'll teach you how to use it, and they sell the filament really at a decent price, so you can create something with a 3D printer. So check out the Downtown Chandler Library, which is in downtown Chandler. So when you're done with that, you can take a walk around the downtown. My number 2 choice to visit in Chandler is going to be Desert Breeze Park. Desert Breeze Park has a lake, it has walking trails, it has a splash pad, there are restrooms. It's open from 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. There are multiple playgrounds. There's athletic fields and pavilions that can be rented, or if no one's there, you could just use them for a picnic. There's little covered areas. There's benches all around. There's ducks. You could do community fishing here if you have a license, or if you're 10 years old or younger, you can actually fish for free, but adults do need to buy a community fishing license. But they do stock the lake with different fish that they keep a little poster of so you can see what they have. And it's just an all-around great park to walk around. It's got a lot of grassy areas. There's a volleyball court. There is a little train and merry-go-round, which is not usually open in the summertime because it's too hot in Arizona, and it does cost extra, but I will leave the link below so you can see that in case you're there with kids and they're like, hey, I want to ride that. But you can do this for free if you're just on all of the playground equipment, walking around the lake, feeding the ducks, and playing in the splash pad. So check out Desert Breeze Park. My 3rd choice is going to be another Chandler park on the other side of Chandler, which is VETEREN'S OASIS Park. This park also has a lake that you can do community fishing at with a license. And this one doesn't have grass all the way around it like Desert Breeze does. This one, though, does have birding, where it has, they have bird blinds set up so you can sit and watch birds in the lake area, kind of like a riparian preserve. And then they also have paths with mile markers. So if you are new to Arizona and you want to start hiking, I highly recommend starting in a city park rather than going out to the middle of the desert to start and learn how to hike, to try and get your endurance up. This way you're going to be nearby to facilities. This park has a restroom. It also has a nature center that can kind of give you more information about the desert plants and animals that you will see. And yes, you will see animals. You will see lizards and jackrabbits. You might even see a coyote. My number 4 choice, you're probably going to think is a little strange because we're listing top free and low cost things to do in Chandler. But number 4 is going to be Chandler Fashion Center. I know it's a big shopping mall, but guess what? There aren't a lot of shopping malls left around in Arizona, at least. A lot of them have been torn down. This one is an indoor shopping mall. So indoor means air conditioned and not in the sun. Whereas a lot of our other shopping places, our discount shopping places and other marketplaces are all like you just park in the parking lot and walk to each store. This one is an actual mall. So even though they don't have a specific walking club setup, like they don't have mile markers at the mall or anything like some of our older malls used to, you can still walk around inside, air conditioned. It has 2 floors at the Chandler Mall, so you can walk inside and all around. And if you want, you can bring yourself a sack lunch and just sit down and eat at the food court. There is a Shields that was built a few years ago. And if you haven't been to a Shields, it is a giant employee owned sporting goods store that has every sport and hobby that you can imagine. It also has a lot of photo ops for Arizona. Like when you go in the entryway, well, outside even the entryway from the parking lot, there are bronze statues that you can take pictures with. Inside, right here in the foyer, the you could have pictures taken with the word Arizona, with you standing in between the R and the Z, so you're the I in Arizona. Upstairs, up by the different sporting goods places, they do also have like murals that you can stand by and take pictures that are Arizona themed. So you can make yourself your own little Arizona postcard. They also have a Ferris wheel inside the Shields store. The Shields store is a 220,000 square foot retail entertainment space, is how they describe themselves. They have this Ferris wheel, which you can actually buy tokens and ride the Ferris wheel for $1, I believe. That was the starting price. I'm not sure if they raised it, but there's also downstairs, they have a little cafe. They have a candy and fudge shop. They have, like I said, every single sport that you can imagine if you want to learn about or get information about equipment. They have tennis shoes, shoelaces in all different colors. They have, if you're a hunter, they have all kinds of hunting gear. They have every soccer, football, baseball, golf, anything you can imagine. They have equipment. They have clothes for. They also have a big toy shop upstairs that you could look at. And they have this display upstairs that is taxidermied animals. So they're museum quality. They are on loan from different families and different places that have loaned their taxidermied animals to Shields to display. And you could spend literally 15 minutes to a half an hour just walking around this animal display that they have, just trying to identify all the different animals, all the different game that they have on display here, which if you're into that, it's pretty cool. Also, if you enter or through the Barnes and Noble, you can either hang out at Barnes and Noble and read books. They actually, even though they're a bookseller, they kind of let you read books like if they were a library, and magazines. You can just sit down and kind of read stuff. There's also like a little children's area where you can read your kids' books. Right outside the Barnes and Noble, inside the Chandler Mall, is a little play area for children, mostly toddler-sized kids. And then outside of the food court, there is a play area and splash pad. So you can also use that. You can also bring a sack lunch for that. The main thing to remember when you're at any public splash pad, pool, park, no glass is allowed. If one glass bottle were to break, they would literally have to close down like the whole place until they could get it cleaned up properly. So you definitely, wherever you go and it's a public area, and there's water or kids or parks or anything like that, do not bring glass. So do not bring anything like that. So definitely you want to check out the Chandler. And my number 5 choice for free or low cost entertainment in Chandler, Arizona would be the Chandler Museum, which is actually located right across the street from the Chandler Fashion Center. So you can actually do both of those in the same day if you like. All of these places, the Chandler Museum, Chandler Fashion Center, the parks, and the library all have free parking, which is really important because sometimes that even figures into the cost of the venue that you're going to visit. The Chandler Museum is open most every day except for Monday. Sundays they open at 1, the other days 10 a.m. I believe, and they're open till 5 p.m. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to see more fun and tips on what to eat and where to visit when living or visiting Arizona. Take care.